There are more than 7.1 billion people on the planet. About a third have access to the internet. That means 4.5 billion do not. Mark Zuckerberg wants to change that.
We just believe that everyone deserves to be connected and on the internet, so we were putting a lot of energy towards this.
Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Facebook, on CNN this morning. His social networking giant announced a new plan to bring internet service to the nearly 5 billion people in the world who don't have it.
We use things like Facebook to share news and catch up with our friends, but they're going to use it to decide what kind of government they want, get access to health care for the first time ever, connect with family hundreds of miles away that they haven't seen in decades. Getting access to the internet is a really big deal.
Yeah, this is a big deal, and not just for the people who don't have access to the internet. Look, Facebook has more than 1 billion active users. If the plan works, billions more will potentially sign up. Big money? Yeah, you bet. But the Zuck says he's focusing on people.
Of course, the plan will evolve over time and we'll get better ideas. But, if you look at the trends, data is becoming more available to people, right? Apps are getting more efficient to run. There are new business models to help more people get online. If we were just focused on making money, the first billion people that we've connected have way more money than the rest of the next 6 billion combined. It's not fair, but it's the way that it is.
Well, he's not doing it alone. Zuckerberg has signed up mobile giants Samsung and Nokia, as well as chipmaker Qualcomm, mobile hardware maker Ericsson, and web browsing company Opera Software. The group, guess what? They're calling themselves Internet.org. Well, giving access to all presents its own challenges. Look, security is already a top concern among users. So when the readers of the Wall Street Journal sat down to read the front page, well, you decide for yourself. The National Security Agency, which possesses only limited legal authority to spy on U.S. citizens, has built a surveillance network that covers more Americans' internet communications than officials have publicly disclosed. That's according to current as well as former officials. Now, the Journal adds that the network can reach roughly 75% of all U.S. internet traffic in the search for foreign intelligence. In some cases, it retains written consent of emails sent between U.S. citizens. So here's the question. Is the government reading our emails?
No, they can't. They may collect it and leave it in a database and access it if there's some particular reason to, but that's really not looking at it. And part of this is definitional. It has to do with the new internet age. This is not the old days of wiretap where there's a wire and someone goes and puts a physical bug on a communication. This is a mass collection that occurs that sits in a vault until there's some permissible reason to access it.
Do they just do a word search? Do they do like Cairo?
They wouldn't find anything in mine.
Way more complicated than that. It's a whole algorithm that involves where's the IP address, what's on the to line, what's on the from line, what's the history, who else is in communication with whom, if there is content that's collected, what keywords are used. So it's way more than just a word search.
Well, according to this article, that there is content. It retains the written content of emails sent between citizens with the U.S. and also with foreign email.
Yeah, but not indefinitely. And if it's a U.S. citizen's email, it eventually will be purged, subject to a set of rules issued by a court under a statute.
Is the media explaining this correctly?
It's a good question. They've certainly had a lot to explain. Between this article and the Snowden leaks, there's been a huge amount of data about a previously highly classified program. The one thing that is clear, though, is no one is saying it's unlawful. A lot of people don't agree with it, but there's no claim that this is illegal coming from either party of Congress or from justice. And I think the media actually is correct about that.